What's going on, everybody? Welcome to After Prison Show, and today we're going to talk about what football season is really like in prison. This is actually a series that I want to start doing, what it's really like in prison. I don't know what was up with the little hand gestures right there, but it is what it is. We're going to go in on this video, so much in fact, that just this past weekend when I was thinking about this idea, watching college football, watching NFL, trying to get the After Prison Show gambling parlay prison ticket together, I couldn't get it together for week one, but guarantee, best believe, if y'all want to bet some money, rock with After Prison Show. We the house. We're going to put together a little pick 3, pick 4, pick 6. And if you guys want to double, triple, or 10 times your money possibly, come bet with us. But again, it was this past weekend with football really kicking off and me putting some notes together about what football season in prison is really like, even going as far as to get one special prop that I promise is going to be very important to this video. Folks, we got us an official do-rag. I don't think you can see this right here. I'm gonna have to incorporate some screenshots with this. This is a $2 do-rag that we got from the dollar store in the mall. It says do-rag, breathable sports fabric will tit, not fit, tit, all head sizes and will last a long time. We're gonna be using that do-rag in this video, and this is gonna be a straight banger. Folks, I would have even went as far as to wear my Patriots jersey in this video. Shout out to my Patriots beating the brakes off the Steelers in week one. We even got Antonio Brown. But I didn't want the dislikes on this video, so I thought better of wearing the jersey. I wore this shirt instead. It says another day, another dollar. Got this over the weekend as well. And folks, I'm really trying to avoid them dislikes. We just had a video get the most amount of dislikes we've ever gotten on a video. You guys really let me know that you weren't feeling that video, and I can't do nothing but respect it. So without trying to make this intro any longer than it already is, folks, what do you say we go ahead and we dive That was Tom Brady to Flash Gordon last night. Shout out to Josh Gordon getting back up in the league head first up into this video. And if I seem a little animated already, please bear with me, folks. I'm literally just coming in from a move. We had to do a move first thing this morning, and I'm just trying to keep that second wind going. Jellico and Jew-Man, I sent them to lunch. I don't get no lunch break. Cody's ready to edit this video right now. Cody come in talking about, Joe, we got a video? Ain't no breaks around here. Football season in prison. Folks, if you are not a sports fan, you are going to hate prison a hell of a lot more than you probably already do. And in fact, if you're not a sports fan, chances are your time in prison is not very easy at all. There's a good possibility and high likelihood that you're already getting extorted, stuffed up inside of your footlocker after everything's been taken from you. If you're not a sports fan when you go to prison, you better adapt. You better conform to your surroundings and blend in like a chameleonaire. Because sports are a big deal in prison, and we're talking about everything. Not just the NFL and the NBA and baseball, sometimes that's big, especially in the postseason, but we're talking about golf. Don't let Tiger Woods be playing, or tennis when Serena Williams losing to the Canadian chick over the weekend. Serena, I really wanted her to win. Sports are absolutely mandatory in prison, and we talked about this before, especially when it comes to the pod TV or the TV inside of the housing unit. If there's a sports game on, nothing else matters. That game is coming on, or the BET Awards. Between sports and that, between those two things, that runs the TV. But what you might not know is just how big of a deal football season in prison really is, and what it's like in prison when football season kicks off, the college and the pros. And in fact, in that little stretch of time when there's no sports that are really taking place, when is that? Like in the summertime is when, there's a break between all of the sports. That's going to be a really boring time to be doing time in prison. The only thing you're really going to have to look forward to during that time is rec, potential visits, commissary. There ain't even really no good TV shows to come on in the summertime. Most of the new shows take place and begin in the fall. And in the fall, you got balls. And I'm not talking about the type that you'll be seeing up inside the back shower. I'm talking about football. Football is a major deal in prison, and for so many different reasons as well. Just like what we were mentioning right there about the summertime, how that could be a boring part of time. The first important thing about football season is that is going to just amplify and intensify how dudes are able to bid. Meaning being able to pass their time is just another thing that helps that time be somewhat, if any type, of easier. Something else to help keep their minds off of the fact that their girlfriends haven't answered the phone in God knows how long. You know, I can remember a time vividly when a girlfriend of mine left me, broke my heart. It was actually during this very last bid that I served, the 7 years. This girl actually came to the trial to testify against me, just so she wouldn't end up with a misdemeanor charge, if I can remember correctly. But the reason I bring this chick up, and forget about that chick. Yeah, I'm mad. I'm doing way better in life now without her, and I don't wish her any type of well-being. Yeah, I said it. I'm still bitter as hell about that. I don't even care that she left me. Girl, you came to court like Tekashi 6ix9ine to testify against me? But the reason I bring her up for the third time is, you know, I can remember when she left me. This was right at the beginning of my time. She left me and there was still money on the phone. Do you know how embarrassing that is? When you can get on the phone and attempt to make a phone call, but she ain't answering. You got dudes waiting behind you, knowing that you haven't been able to connect with anybody on the outside every single day that you've gotten on that phone. So as soon as you walk up to that phone, they're talking about, hey, let me get after you when she don't pick up. Hey, for real though, you ain't even rooting for me. Well, you the type that would testify against me in court anyway, so it makes sense. Why you ain't picking up? God, there's still money on the phone. But you know, the point to all of that was the fact that when she did leave me, it was football season. Thank God. And thank God I was a Patriots fan as well. But after the way the Steelers played my Patriots last night, I bet you Mike Tomlin's on Indeed.com right now looking for a new career. But what is football season in prison really like? Of course there's going to be gambling. Something else that's going to be another thing that guys can bid off of. Something to be hopeful for. And in prison, hope is the most important thing that you can have. Hoping that that girl don't come and testify against you in court. Hoping that she's going to answer the phone, but you know she never will. I'm sitting here trying to make this video completely about what football season in prison is really like. But yo, I could do this whole video on just how horrible this situation with this girlfriend that I had at the time who tried to come to court to testify against me like Tekashi 6ix9ine really was. Bars. Cody! Dudes are definitely going to be gambling. Parlay tickets are going to be jumping. I know dudes who go to prison just to try to become the man by starting up a gambling ticket. And I have seen dudes get their heads busted. And I'm not just talking about losing every single thing out of their locker because they didn't know what they was doing with them point spreads. But I'm talking about when they didn't have the money to pay when the entire yard hit their ticket, meaning that they won, and you ain't got that money to pay out. Oh, you better check in. You better be in protective custody like Tekashi 6ix9ine. Joe, can you please stop with Tekashi 6ix9ine? He's a guy with skittle-colored hair. He made a mistake. He deserves a second chance. Why you gotta be so hard on him? Don't worry. If you're thinking that, trust me, the prosecution's probably not gonna be as hard as I'm going on the dude after all this testifying he's doing. Dude might get time served and probation. Gambling goes without saying during football season, but it's deeper than that. It's deeper than rap. I was gonna do another Tekashi thing. There's other hustles that can come alive during football season. Dudes can charge money to draw you a handkerchief of your favorite team on football Sunday. And on NFL Sunday, dudes will be repping their team so hard. They're gonna have their handkerchief hanging over their chair. It don't matter what their team is, but don't be a Patriots fan. It's hard to be a Patriots fan while you're in prison. Because dudes might try to fight you just because of what your team is. Just because your team beat the brakes off of their Pittsburgh Steelers. Well, now's about a good enough time as any to put this thing to use. Breathable fabric, you say? Oh, that fits just right. Just right. Perfect size. I haven't worn one of these since I was in prison. Actually, it's a little snug on my head. Ah, there we go. Yo, I'm saying, man, look, hey, your team, the Patriots, you can't live up in here. Nah, my team, the Redskins. You know, we ain't been to the playoffs since before they abolished parole. You can't be up in here repping no Patriots. Hey, for real though. Boy, this do-rag, it almost feels right on my head. Probably gonna get them waves too, boy. Your head be swimming, boy. Boy, you got them waves in your head. I had to just do the rest of the video with the do-rag on. You guys let me know down in the comments if I should do that. Okay, thank you. I'm gonna do it. So yeah, like I was saying, little J Money, little Pistol Starter, little Pistol Pete, little Texas Pete hot sauce. Yeah, I'm here to tell you what football season in prison is really like. And don't ask me why I got way more gully and gangster since I put this do-rag on. It's joint like a bulletproof vest for my hair. At least for them comments about my hair lately. Y'all should be ashamed of yourself. Somebody said, Joe, your head looks like you've been hanging your head out the window like a dog at 60 miles an hour on the interstate. And you know, like I said at the beginning of this video, if you're not a sports fan when you're in prison, do not expect any type of respect during football season. Don't be in there thinking like you're going to be watching a movie while football games is on between 1 p.m. and 10 p.m. on Sunday, maybe even later, like 11 p.m. on Sunday, and it's going to be any type of quiet in there. Prison's already the most obnoxious, loud, in-the-way type of an adult Chuck E. Cheese that you could ever imagine in your life. You might as well have dudes swinging from the rafters. It's such a jungle gym up in there. But let it be football Sunday? Excuse me, I'm trying to watch a Lifetime movie. Yeah, this is Mr. No Grippers. We haven't seen him in a long time. They keep asking Joe when you're going to bring back Touch 'em 2 times Tommy, but it's Mr. No Grippers for right now. Excuse me, there is a Lifetime movie that I am trying to watch, and can you please keep it down? No, I don't want the problems. I don't. What a do-rag flew off my head with that skit right there. It'd been even funnier if the glasses fell off. Yeah, don't be expecting it to be any type of quiet when you're in prison and it's football season. That's probably going to be one of the loudest times that you'll ever experience, NFL Sunday, from 1 p.m. till about 11 o'clock at night. The only other time that can compete with how loud the decibel level, it's like the 12th man out there in Seattle. The only other time that can compete with how loud it will be in prison during football season is when a guy is finding out about Jody on the telephone. And all that gangsta rah-rah stuff goes right out the window when you find out about Jody. What the f*** do you mean there's another man in the picture? There ain't even no picture. I am in prison. How could you do this to me? We had a dog together. We ain't got no kids, but we had a pet. Let's go ahead and recap, folks, what we've discussed thus far in this video about what football season in prison is really like. It's going to be loud. You're not going to be able to watch that Lifetime movie about that teacher sleeping with the student. And I ain't even got to put a name to it. There's probably 20 Lifetime movies like that. Hustles are going to be jumping, whether it's the parlay, whether it's the handkerchiefs or the little soap football helmets the dudes make. We actually ought to do a how-to video. How to make a football helmet out of a bar of soap. That's a 1 million viewed video right there. But this is After Prison Show, and we're super irrelevant these days, so probably it won't be that. But you never know. Hustles will be jumping during football season. And even though football season is something the guys look forward to, just like another New Year's or another Christmas, hey boy, I ain't got but 16 more Christmases left. 16 more Christmas. On that 17th Christmas, I'm gonna be home. But with as good as football season is and how much it's something that guys look forward to in an effort to help keep their mind off of certain things that they might not want to look forward to, and another football season down, I ain't got but 20 more seasons, Tom Brady might still be playing then. It can also be a bad thing as well. You could lose your ass. I mean, logistically, you could lose your junies trying to bet on your team, especially if your team's anything like Pittsburgh. I better stop while I'm ahead because I don't want any more dislike. Oh, I know you ain't just say something about my Redskins. Dislike! I actually do wish all other 31 teams in the league a lot of luck this season. I like all the teams, so please don't dislike this video just because of what my team is. I can't help we the best. You could lose a lot of money during football season. You could probably even lose respect. You know, I want to tell you guys a story. I've told it before, but it's fitting for this topic right here. It was during the Super Bowl. I was in prison. We were playing, my Patriots were playing Seattle. Seattle went down the field. You know, they were ready to win the game. All they had to do was run the ball. Why didn't Seattle run the ball? Russell Wilson hiked that money back. Hey, slow motion like the Matrix. He's looking left. He looks right, and then he's going to try to throw that slant. And then Malcolm Butler picked that joint off right there, bumped the receiver right out of the way, and Malcolm Butler picked it off, and we won the Super Bowl. I lost a little bit of respect, probably a little dignity as well, because as soon as that happened and I realized, you know, that we won the Super Bowl, folks, I lost my marbles. I picked up my plastic blue chair, and I chucked that joint down the aisle in the housing unit. Who was in there when that happened? Jellicoe might have been there. Sunshine was there, my bunkie, Kay Weaver. There was a lot of people who were there when I did that. I was so excited. I bet probably $100 on that game. And I wasn't so, I mean, of course I was happy that I won. You know, if you're winning anything in prison, that's a great thing. Because a lot of times in prison, you ain't doing nothing but losing. And I mean that way more than just gambling. Losing your girl, losing your prison virginity. These type of things happen. I chucked that chair. Yeah! I'm being the blue plastic chair right. Yeah, my Patriots! But it was far more than just me winning that I was excited about. Folks, I made a little gamble with myself. I made a little wager on this game internally. And I said, look, I know we've won more than enough Super Bowls. Why can't another team win? I don't know. But, God, if you're listening, please let us win this Super Bowl. Show me a sign that, here's the sign that I was asking for. If the Patriots win the Super Bowl, I'm going to stand a chance out in the free world. Lose, I don't stand a chance at all. Folks, you got to imagine, I made this bet with myself, as silly as it may sound, this is for real. And when Russell Wilson was down on that end zone, ready to score, he looked to his left and he looked to his right. He threw that little slant route right there. I just knew right there when that ball left Russell Wilson's fingertips that I wasn't going to amount to nothing out here. But then Malcolm Butler picked off the football. It was an interception. And I think that was, God telling me, Joe, it's not going to be easy. But so long as you ain't worried about bumping somebody else up out of the way, which I don't know who I've done that to, but you're going to make it. I'm telling you. Dudes take sports super serious in prison. And the point that I've been trying to make for this longest amount of time right here is not only can you lose a lot of money, you can also lose fights. Fights, whew. If there is a top 10 list of things that guys fight over in prison, you better believe sports is somewhere near the top. You disrespect somebody's football team or your football team be a certain football team, Tom Brady, no! Get up out of here with that. My quarterback, Sam Darnold. I will take that black eye for that. Y'all never see the playoffs. I actually fought one time behind Tom Brady in prison. Afterwards, it felt kind of wrong. I was fighting over a man in prison. And I'll never forget this. This was 2007, 2008. This was the season. We had Randy Moss during this time. We went 17-0 to the Super Bowl and lost to the damn Giants. And folks, we were playing Baltimore. Never forget this. Never forget this. We were playing Baltimore. This guy, his football team was Baltimore. Mine was the Patriots. And Baltimore should have beat us that game. But there was a call that was called back. And then it would change the entire outcome of the game. But when initially the call was ruled a touchdown, something along those lines, and, I thought we lost, I told this dude to go put his shoes on. And he had been sitting there doing nothing short of trash talking Tom Brady. And that's something you ain't going to do. You ain't going to trash talk Tom Brady, okay? That's a man that I'll fight behind. I did. I didn't win this fight. I didn't lose this fight. This was just a couple of, guys who can't really fighting each other. Do, like some rock'em sock'em. And then some dudes broke it up before the guards could get up in there. And that dude knew right then and there. You weren't going to talk about my man like that. Not up in prison, you wasn't. But then again, he fought behind Joe Flacco, so I guess it's like the saying goes. Two wrongs don't make a right, just like two lefts. They won't make one of those neither. You will see disrespect to the highest emphasis and degree during football season. Dudes will do so much smack talking to the point where somebody's going to end up getting smacked. You might get smacked with the open palm joint. Or talk about Tom Brady again. Or dude might take his shower shoe off and just lay that money slam across your face, open bottom of the shoe. Bong! Semen all over your cheek. Because you've been wearing these in the shower and on the shower floor. That's all that's in there. All that's in there. And I ain't talking about the Navy neither when I say semen. Y'all know what I'm talking about. And something else about football season in prison, it's a time for guys to come together. This is when you're going to be mealing up with your homeboys. You're going to be making them Super Bowl prison nachos that we made when AfterPrisonShow first started. You're going to be making the best type of meals, sitting there politicking and parlaying and kicking the bobo with your homeboys. And you'll be doing that little bit of smack talking. Man, your team ain't nothing. My team is the Patriots, so my team is definitely something. You are a Browns fan. And boy, I expected better out of them yesterday. So football season is a time where guys will really come together. And you're going to be sitting there in your car, at your bunk area, or wherever you're at in your group in front of the day room TV with whoever's a fan of your team. You might be a fan of the same team with somebody that you don't even rock with in prison. But it's a bonding type of thing. Boy, you see what Barkley did, the running back for the Giants yesterday? Yeah, he was about the only one that did anything on that team yesterday. Yeah, man, better luck next time. Who would have thought the Cowboys be looking like that NFL All-Madden team? Football season in prison is a very important time. It's a time that helps guys keep their mind off of the time. A time when guys can come together and bond, and especially guys that might not even rock with each other, but they might be fans of the same team. It's also a time when prison can become more annoying than it usually is. because the noise level is going to be through the roof. So if you're not a sports fan at all while in prison, prison's probably not the place for you. Go to school, stay in school, don't catch a felony and risk the chance of you going there. Lifetime movies are going to be harder to hear during football season. And the smack talking is going to be at an all-time premium during any time the games are on. And you know, there might be a guy in prison that you don't rock with, and I've seen this so many times. And he's a fan of one team and you're a fan of another. There's actually teams in the NFL right now that I can't stand because of who I know who likes those teams. Dudes that I remember who were super in the way, annoying while I was serving time. And you know, when your team is playing their team, it'll be the hardest thing for you to do to not put your shoes on and go down there and just try to just try your luck like a gambling ticket in prison. Take a gamble. Because anytime their team does anything good, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah. 3rd and 10. We got one more down. And anytime your team does something that ain't right, boy, they're going to let you know it in the most indirect manner ever. And they're going to say all sorts of it's almost like an opportunity, almost like a free pass for a person to kind of like sneak this, for a person to kind of like indirectly throw like the worst shot in the world. And again, this is when your team is playing their team, and this might be somebody you do not rock with. And they know you don't rock with them, and vice versa. And when your team messes up or fumbles the ball, throws a pick, or they score a touchdown, boy, they're going to let you know it. Man, I'm trying to tell you, boy, your mother is a whore. Your mother is a whore. You know who I'm talking about. God, I can't stand your Patriots. Yo, that dude talking about my mother, though. Hey, who got a knife for sale? I don't care if we had a level 2. Football season's super important in prison, folks, and it's probably pretty important to a lot of people out here in the free world. And if you don't rock with football, you know, I apologize. You probably didn't really think too highly of this video right here, but I did try to make it somewhat enjoyable and comedic at the same time. And I also wanted to use this as an opportunity to let you guys know that if you do watch football, we do have that After Prison Show Pick 3, Pick 4, and Pick 6 coming for Week 2 with the NFL. I don't know exactly how we're going to be able to put this thing together just yet, but we're working on it. So if you like to gamble, you want to play that prison parlay, well, you're in the right place. Because we are some sports fans here. I'm a Patriots fan. Jellicoe is a Rams fan. Jew-Man is a Carolina Panthers fan. Cody is a Steelers fan. Dave is a Giants fan. Rabbit is a Redskins fan. And I don't know if Shannon has a team or not, but we are some fans. And I can guarantee you one thing. For each and everybody that I just mentioned right there, football was a definite way to help them all get through the time that they were doing, that they had to do. And to also not have to think about, you know, things that they might not want to think about, including what's going on out in the free world. What are they missing out on? And sometimes to even be able to come together with guys that you might not rock with. But tempers will be at an all-time high at the same time. The annoyance and noise level will be just as high. And it'll also be a time when your little Manaconda beaters will be flying a lot too. So you got to be on the lookout for that. Hey, look, really hope you guys enjoyed this video. And if you did so, please leave a like and a comment, letting me know exactly what you thought about it. And as always, until next time, enjoy life, the free world. Never take a moment for granted, and make the most of every day. Peace!